Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Eric. Thanks for stopping by and checking out my video. Today I'm going to be making some spare ribs on the pit barrel cooker. Now the first thing I ever made on my pit barrel cooker, which I got around a month ago, was some baby back ribs, and they came out absolutely delicious. But I wanted to try something a little bit different. I never tried making the spare ribs, and these have a lot more meat on them, so I'm really looking forward to how this comes out. I saw at Sam's Club that they had this new rub by Weber, Smoky Brown Sugar. So I picked up some of that, and that's what I'm going to be using on these. So let me get this unwrapped out of the package, and I'll show you the next step in just a second. So I've gone ahead and taken the ribs out of the package. I rinsed them under cold water. I did remove the membrane. I'm not going to show you on this video. If you want to know how that is done, I'll leave a link below to my baby back ribs on the pit barrel cooker, and I show you exactly step by step how to do that. So now I'm taking the Smoky Brown Sugar rub, and we're just going to sprinkle it lightly on here. We don't have to go crazy. The smoke, we want the smoke to kind of give it a nice flavor, and we want to also taste the meat, that delicious pork. So just like that. Now a lot of times people trim these down, cut them more in a rectangular shape. I'm cooking them completely like this, whole spare ribs. I'm keeping it as simplistic as possible. You can go ahead and slice them down if you like, but I figure, you know what, I'm going to cook the whole thing, and then I can use those scraps for some treats for my dog, the little end pieces with fat and so forth. Rub it in a little bit. It's a good idea to let these sit out here for next 20 minutes, half hour, while that pit barrel cooker heats up the temperature. As far as the hook placement, you want to go on this side right here. There's not really a whole lot of hooks or a lot of bones, so we want to go on this end where we have some bones, and I want to go at least three bones down to make sure. So you want to go back. That's the third bone. We're going to go underneath like that. We're going to scoop it up, and it's going to, whoops, it's going to hang just like that. So let me get the rest of these, the other rack seasoned up and hooked up, and I'll meet you guys outside when we're about ready to throw these on the pit barrel cooker. See you in a minute. All right, guys, I got the pit barrel ready to go. They've been sitting here. I also got some pit barrel chicken I'm going to be making today, so I'll leave a link below if you want to check that video out. But let's get that pit barrel going. I'm going to throw some apple and hickory wood chips. I'll show you that right now. So I've had the pit barrel going here for around 20 minutes. Smells wonderful. Before I throw the food on, so I'm going to throw in some wood chips I have soaking in water. You can also use wood chunks. I like the chips better myself. So I got a mixture of hickory and apple. So just take a handful, throw them on the charcoal. You don't need a whole lot. You're going to get a lot of smoky flavor from the charcoal itself, but I like the additional wood smoky flavor. So just like that. So I'm going to close the lid now. I'm going to let it kind of heat up like this for maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes, and we'll be back in a second once those chips start to smoke and throw the food on. All right, here we are. It's been around 5-6 minutes. See, I just wanted to get a little smoke thing going. So let's get these bad boys on. Woo. Look at how wonderful. Look great. So there we go, guys. I'm gonna probably come back, check on these in around an hour and a half, 2 hours, see how they are. I'll meet back with you then. Well, while we're waiting for that food to cook, I'm going to enjoy another cold beverage. Now, I'm kind of excited about this. They just started offering this to take home. BJ's is a restaurant here. It's a chain restaurant, I think, through the western United States. It's a pizza place, kind of like a Chicago style, but it's not really authentic Chicago style. But it's really become me and my wife's favorite kind of go-to family style restaurant. They got great pizza, great food, but they also started making their own beer. This is one of their favorites. It's won a couple awards. This is called BJ's Jeremiah Red. It's an Irish style ale. It's made with 5 Belgian malts. and 7.3 alcohol, so it's a little bit higher in the alcohol content. Maybe that's why I like it. And I really enjoy this beer, especially now that I can take it home in these 6-packs. My mom bought me a 6-pack. We went there a couple nights ago to celebrate my daughter's birthday, and my mom went with us, and she knew I liked this beer, so she picked up a 6-pack. They have a cooler right as you walk out, so good marketing ploy, BJ's. But cheers, guys. Thanks for watching my video. I appreciate it. Not much of a smell other than like maybe a malty, bready kind of smell. A slight fruit aroma. I love this. It's so smooth. It's not really hoppy. It's very, very well balanced. It's my go-to beer every time I go there. They have so many. They have seasonal stuff too. So, you know, I try other stuff, but my go-to one is this one for sure. It's very good. It's refreshing. It's clean. It's very drinkable. Yet it's a little bit strong. You know, this is kind of like my kind of beer I like. A little bit of punch, but not, you know, like real crazy, like a stout or something really heavy, like right in the middle. So this is one of my favorites. So if you get a chance to try this, by all means, I highly recommend it. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this one, probably a couple more. I'll meet you out in the pit barrel probably in another 45 minutes or so. We'll check on the food, see how it's going. We'll see you in a little bit. So it's been around just over 3 hours. Let's check these ribs out here. Ooh, they look good. Good color. Okay, this one's about ready to break through. You gotta be careful because you don't want this stuff to get so tender that it falls into the coals. But look at that, man. Absolutely beautiful. These are getting really tender, I can see. But I'm going to take them off right now. We're going to put them inside. We're going to wrap them in foil with a little bit of barbecue sauce and a little bit of liquid. And we're going to come out here and put them on the grate just for another 20 minutes, half hour to make sure they're nice and tender. So I'll meet you out here in a second, guys. All right, I just pulled these off the pit barrel. They're really tender. They're starting to fall apart a little bit here where the hook was in it. So I know they're about ready to be wrapped. All I'm going to do now is just I'm going to put a little bit of barbecue sauce on just to add some moisture. You know, brush it around a little bit just to kind of spread it around, but it doesn't have to be exact. All we're doing is just putting a little bit of moisture in this. And then what I also like to do, add a little bit of that beer I'm drinking just around the ribs here. We want a little bit of moisture. We're just going to steam them for the next 20 minutes, half hour. Helps the meat get super, super tender. We're just going to wrap these things up like this. Wrap them up real careful. Make sure you don't puncture a hole or anything. Just like that. I'm going to wrap the other one. We're going to put them back on the pit barrel. I'll put the grate down. We'll do them just for another, 20 minutes to a half hour, just to kind of steam them, get them nice and super tender. So I'll check back with you in a second when we're ready to take them off. So these have been sitting in the pit barrel cooker for around 45 minutes, and then I've let them rest for around a half hour. Let's see how they look. A little bit of juice in there. Let me transfer this to the cutting board. I'll be back in a second when I got these sliced up, and we'll give them a taste. So I've sliced these up. They look absolutely delicious. Check these out. Look how juicy they are. They got a nice smoke ring. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put a little bit more barbecue sauce on. Just a little bit. I'm going to spread it on here, and then I'm going to just put it in a broiler for around 7 to 10 minutes, just to crisp it up a little bit. So just take your favorite barbecue sauce, just brush it on like this, and into the oven, broil 450 or so for around 10 minutes. So I'm going to stick this in the oven. I'll come back in a second and show you how they look like when they're all crispy and done. There we go, guys, fresh out of the oven. Look at how delicious. Ooh. Be trying one of these right now. So here you go. Time to try the ribs. Oh my goodness, they look so good. Oh. Wow. These are absolutely delicious. I think my dog Dixie can tell too, because she keep running across the floor here. Wow. Very, very good. Very easy. I highly recommend this, especially if you have a pit barrel cooker. As you see, I didn't do anything. Just put some rub on it, hang it on the hook, cook it, and wrap it for the last 45 minutes. They're tender, they're juicy, they're absolutely delicious. Highly recommend. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you see, please like my video, subscribe to my channel, check out some of my other smoking videos, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.